OMG, you won't believe who I just saw.
What? Who?
Okay, wait, maybe I shouldn't tell you.
No, you have to tell me now.
Fine, I saw Josh downtown.
What?
Yup, I'm sorry, I made it sound exciting, but it probably sucks for you to know that, doesn't it?
Actually, surprisingly, no. I think it's been enough time in therapy, and my focus on work that I can handle it.
Wow, I'm so proud of you. Because if I had just been told that my ex, who left me at the altar the day of our wedding, was in town, I'd explode. Or hurt him. Clara, honestly, I can't say that I wasn't considering hurting Josh when I saw him. But I kept my distance and kept myself hidden.
Thank you for not engaging. That would have made me an accessory to a crime and wouldn't be good for business.
Ha ha ha, that's exactly what I thought, which is why I didn't go up to him. Although not saying he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. I might have made my peace with what happened, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a complete prick move on his part. Honestly, I don't know why he's showing his face in this city again.
Yeah, it's a small city, and the whole debacle kind of went viral on the internet.
Which is why I needed such extensive therapy, ha ha ha.
Well, at least you can more than afford it now.
Yeah, just let me know when you need therapy and I'd be happy to front the bill.
Let's just say that if I have to see Josh's stupid mug again, I won't be able to control my rage, and after all is said and done I should need therapy then.
Maybe I should hire you to be my bodyguard.
Lol, wait, do you need a bodyguard now? Is that a thing?
Ha ha ha, no, I don't need one, but my advisors did recommend it at one point.
Wow, so business is booming for the foreseeable future. Amazing, I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yes, it looks like it. We're hiring a ton of new staff. You know, there's always room for you if you ever want.
Ha ha ha, thank you, I appreciate the offer, but I think I'll stay at the school for now.
You really are the best teacher for those kids.
I am, aren't I? Are you sure that you're okay that Josh is in the city?
Yes, I think I'll be fine. Thank you for checking in on me. I couldn't ask for a better best friend.
You know I'm always here for you. If you need to talk or anything, just let me know.
Absolutely, thank you.
Annie and Clara texting thread.
OMG, OMG, you'll never guess what happened. Like it's so insanely crazy, that if I didn't experience it myself I wouldn't believe it.
What? What happened?
I ran into Josh, and I kind of expected to. I mean, my company operates from a downtown office. I tried to avoid him, but he saw me right away and came up to me. He literally came up and talked to me. The audacity of that man. I mean, he's acting like he didn't leave me at the altar 3 years ago.
I can't believe it. I can't believe he thinks he can even speak to you, let alone go up to you in public. What did he even talk about? Did he at least apologize for what happened?
No, it's even worse than that.
He didn't make fun of you or anything like that. Great. Because if he did, I swear I'm going to hunt him down.
No, it's even worse. He tried to ask me out.
What? You can't be serious. He seriously doesn't think that you're going to go on a date with him, does he?
I know, I nearly keeled over when he asked me. I thought it was some sick joke. But he was serious.
What did he say? You told him no, obviously.
I told him I'd think about it. It was the only way I could get him to leave me alone. I was on my way to a meeting with some of my lawyers.
I seriously hope that that meeting also involved you taking out a restraining order against him.
You know, that would have been a good idea. But I'm afraid it gets even worse.
Oh no.
I ended up giving him my number.
What?
I know, I think some weird polite social contract overtook my brain or something. I would never have given him my number with a sane mind. But we were in public, and he was not leaving me alone. It was the quickest thing I could think of to get him off my back.
God, how is it that he's been in the city for what? A day, and he's managed to weed himself back into your life like a virus or something.
Ha ha, I know, it's insane. I really thought that when he left the city, I'd never have to see his ugly face again. But here we are.
What are you gonna do if he texts you? You don't think he's actually gonna text you, right?
At this point, I have no idea what to expect. I'm just so sick and tired of him. He thinks he can get through life so easily even though he's not a good person. I hate that it took me so long to see him for what he was. But he's just that, a bad person.
The worst kind of person. He didn't even give you a reason why he left you. He just left and then you had to spend the next year paying off your wedding bill.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I started my business in the first place. To make a little extra money to help me pay off the massive wedding bill. It's literally the worst. And now he has my number.
There has to be something that we can do. Do you know why he's in the city?
No, but maybe if I find out, I can make sure that he leaves the city and never comes back.
Sounds like a promising plan. But how are you going to find out why he's in the city?
I think the only way I can is.
Don't you dare say it.
I think I have to go on that date with him.
OMG, there has to be another way. Can't you just text him?
You know how he is. If he doesn't see it benefiting him, he's not going to say anything. He is such a sleaze.
Yeah, the biggest one. So what? You're gonna go on this dinner date with him and figure out what he's doing in the city?
Yeah, I guess. It seems like it's the only thing I can do right now.
I would not want to be in your position.
Haha, thanks.
Even if you did find out what he's in the city for, can you even guarantee that you can stop it from happening?
If there's one thing that I can count on for that man, it's that he's obsessed with money. Not only is he cheap enough to mark all the wedding expenses under my name, but he is obsessed with pursuing more money. I mean, he would talk about climbing the ladder at his corporate job all the time. And I guess the reason why he skipped out of town in the first place was that he lost out on a promotion or something. So, my guess, he's in town because he has a job interview or something somewhere. Some other place where he can climb the corporate ladder.
So, I'm guessing that means that you, being one of the most influential business people in the city, can probably put in a word about him being hired.
Exactly, you know, I could really use you as my advisor at my company.
Ha ha ha, quit trying to hire me.
Fine, I'll stop trying to recruit you. I know how happy you are teaching at the school.
Exactly, but what I can do is I can advise you on a plan, take Josh down.
Perfect, so, I guess whenever he texts me, I'll have to stomach it and say yes to dinner. I think that's the only way I can find out what he's doing in the city.
Unfortunately, knowing Josh, I think you're right. Of course, you only need to stay for as long as it takes you to figure out what he's doing. Then, you can make up some emergency and you can leave.
This is why I love you.
I am very resourceful, aren't I? Now, we just need him to text you.
Unfortunately, it won't be long until he does. But at least, the sooner we get this done, the better.
And then you can rule over the city as you're meant to.
Ha ha ha, I don't rule over the city.
All the newspapers beg to differ.
You don't think he's read any of the newspapers, do you? Like he doesn't know what I've been doing since he left me at the altar all those years ago.
I don't think that man has read anything that would lead to money in years, honestly. I think you're safe. Besides, if you caught wind of your name or whatever, I don't think he would believe it's you.
He is stupid like that.
Exactly.
Annie and Josh texting thread.
It was really great running into you, Annie.
Who is this?
Don't be coy, you know exactly who this is.
Oh, yep.
Anyways, have you thought about my amazing offer?
Amazing offer, and what would that be?
Playing hard to get. I respect that. I like a girl who didn't give up the game.
Are you going to ask me?
Fine, don't get your undies in a twist. Do you want to go out to dinner tonight? My treat, obviously. I can easily afford it.
Really?
Yes, really. I'm coming into my own now.
What does that mean? Is that why you're in the city?
I'll tell you all about it at dinner.
Right. I guess I have to say yes, then.
That's right, sweet cheeks.
Please no pet names.
Oh, come on, you're not still mad about what happened all those years ago.
You're talking about it like you insulted a pet of mine, not leaving me at the altar in front of our friends and family.
That was all in the past. I'm a changed man now. I swear.
You know, I'm having a really hard time believing that.
Please, you really need to take a chill pill. It wasn't that bad.
Maybe for you, you got to leave. You didn't have to explain to all our friends and family that you weren't going to show and that there was no wedding happening.
Hey, you've always been better at public speaking anyways.
You can't be serious. I don't think telling our friends and family, most of whom came a long way, that there wasn't a wedding anymore because you left, counts as public speaking.
Semantics. It couldn't have been that bad. Besides, wouldn't you rather me leave right then and there rather than us being in a marriage I didn't really want to be a part of?
Is that why you left me? Because I wouldn't know. You didn't tell me anything. You just up and left. It wasn't until 10 minutes before we were supposed to walk down the aisle that you bailed out of the wedding. No one knew where you were and for so long I was scared that something happened. But then, when we saw that your vehicle was gone and it looked like you had no intention of coming back, that's when we called off the wedding. You didn't even have the decency to speak with me about why you were doing what you were doing. You didn't even send a text. Not during our wedding and especially not after. Then, when I went to find you, I found out that you had moved away. How do you think that made me feel?
As I said before, I was a different man then. I promise I'm not like that anymore. I won't run off. At least I won't run off from our one date. Honestly, you kind of owe me at least one day. If not for me, then for our history.
Actually, I don't owe you anything. You didn't have the decency to speak to me even though you owed it to me then. Why should I give you that right? So, why don't we skip the dinner and you just tell me why you're in the city?
Why would I do that? If you're so curious, I guess you have to come to dinner with me.
Why do we even want that to happen there with me? You didn't want to marry me 3 years ago and now you suddenly want to go out and get dinner. What's your plan here? What's the end game?
Can't old friends just go out together and grab a bite to eat? God, it's not like you want me to get down on one knee right now before I even take you out to eat dinner. Honestly, maybe it's because of that kind of attitude that I left you at the altar.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Maybe it wasn't all because of me that we didn't get married. Maybe it's because you always had to be the better one of the two of us. I can never be the one shining in the spotlight. It always had to be you. You had to have the best job, you had to have the best friends, you had to have the best everything. It was like everything was a competition for you.
Whoa, are you talking about me or are you talking about you? Because you just perfectly described what a relationship was like with you. Also, how can it be my fault that you left me at the altar?
Well, maybe if you loved me better I would have stayed.
Loved you better? How could I have loved you better? I loved you with everything I had. I even saw past your obvious red flags to marry you.
Red flags? What red flags? I'm a catch. Any woman would be lucky to have me as her husband.
Honestly, I don't see it as luck anymore, more as punishment.
See, you say things like that and you expect me to stay and marry you. Honestly, it's a miracle that I hadn't left you before we got to the wedding venue.
Oh, please, I never said anything like this before. I didn't care enough to. I was just happy settling for a man like you.
Oh, you were settling. How do you think that makes me feel? Do you want me to pay attention to your feelings while you completely disregard my own? Make that make sense. How is that equality?
Why are we even talking about this? This doesn't matter, especially if you insist on getting dinner for the sake of getting dinner. If you have nothing else planned, then I guess I will see you at the restaurant.
What? I thought you wanted to skip the dinner and just find out information about me. You know, you treat me like a real bad guy. I'm not that bad of a guy.
Again, you left me at the altar. Then, you cut off all contact with me afterward. You didn't answer a single text, phone call, or email I sent you. You didn't even have the guts to tell me that you were moving away. I had to find out from your old roommate. You embarrassed me in front of all of our friends and family and you still haven't let me know why you left me.
Why do you need to know that? Oh, that's right, you're a control freak.
God, for someone trying to get a date with me, you're doing a really bad job at it. What kind of sane woman would want to go on a date with you after being insulted time and time again?
I'm not insulting you, you're just taking everything I'm saying and twisting it the wrong way.
There's literally no other way to hear and understand your words. You're literally gaslighting me.
Oh, wow, that's a fancy word. Do you want to go out to dinner or not? Because there are a million other women in this city who have killed to go on a date with me.
God, your ego has not gotten any better, hasn't it?
So, dinner or not? Because if you say no, then I'll just move on.
Do you really want to sit down and have dinner with me?
Yes, why else would I have stuck through this entire conversation?
Fine, I'll go to dinner with you.
Great, I'll pick you up at 7.
How about we just meet at the restaurant?
Why, don't want me to know where you live?
Something like that.
Annie and Clara texting thread.
OMG, I just got home from dinner. I have a seriously insane update.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I know why Josh is in the city. And you're going to laugh.
Oh my gosh, is it embarrassing? I'm ready to have a good laugh.
It will be embarrassing, especially when he finds out what I know.
What? What do you know?
Josh is in the city for a job interview.
Okay.
A job interview with my company.
Get out of here, you can't be serious.
I am. This couldn't have worked out better. After he told me what he was in the city for at the end of dinner, mind you, I left and I phoned my hiring manager to see if his name was on the list, and it was. His interview's tomorrow.
OMG, and he doesn't know that you own the company.
Oh, I can assure you, he doesn't have a clue. You should have heard the way that he was talking to me at dinner. He was treating me exactly how he treated me in our relationship all those years ago. Like I was insignificant and not worth as much as him. He even tried to belittle me and say that he was going to be landing this prestigious job with some prestigious company.
You can't be serious. The audacity of that man never failed to surprise me. I can't believe he would say those kinds of things about you to your face. I mean, I know he doesn't know who you are, or more accurately, who you've become over the years. Well, that's just going to make tomorrow even better, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
What are you planning on doing? How can I be a part of it?
I think it would be great if you came in tomorrow and posed as my secretary. I mean, that is if you wanted to get front row seats to this revenge story.
Are you kidding me? I want to buy the backstage path to this revenge story. You can count me in. I'll call in sick for school and I'll head into your office in my best secretary clothes. Do you think he'll recognize me? I mean, he's such a prick that I wouldn't put it past him that he doesn't even register who I am.
He will, once I'm through with him.
God, this is going to be so good.
So good.
Annie and Josh texting thread.
You know, I know that you left in a big hurry last night after dinner because you apparently couldn't stand to be in the same room with me longer than needed. But I'll tell you what, you're really going to regret that, especially after what I tell you.
What?
I'm so happy that I left you at the altar and embarrassed you. Otherwise, I would have never gotten this amazing new job at this rich company.
You mean my rich company?
Huh?
You really didn't recognize my best friend being my secretary? Or the fact that my hiring manager never passed a glance toward you? Or the fact that the CEO was clearly speaking through a voice moderator while you FaceTime them with their camera off?
What? I knew something was weird about that interview.
Oh, but you kept going on and were lying through your teeth. I had someone on standby, a company white hat hacker, who went through all of your histories and then fact-checked the interview live.
Live?
Oh, didn't I tell you? Your interview was broadcasted live in our entire company along with the live fact-checking. Apparently the only thing you told the truth about was your name.
How freaking dare you? I thought that damn secretary looked familiar. How could you do that to me? Don't you have an ounce of respect for me or for yourself? I can't believe you would pull something like this. I mean, after I paid for your dinner last night, you have no class.
Oh, I have no class, says the man who left his fiance at the altar without so much as a word of an explanation. Not only that, but you also left me with an enormous wedding bill.
Well, that can't be my fault. I honestly thought I was going to marry you. But now, seeing the kind of person that you are, The kind who wants to embarrass people for fun. I'm glad that I didn't marry you.
What? You were embarrassed? Oh, poor baby.
Shut up. How could you string me along like this?
I really hope that the flight wasn't too expensive. I know I said that our company was going to compensate you for it, but after careful consideration, we figured that you were probably rich enough to pay for it. I mean, that's what you told me yesterday at dinner.
You conniving little wench.
Yeah, I'd make sure to go at least a couple of states over when hunting for your next job. The thing about being one of the most influential business people of this past year is that you have a lot of sway with most corporations. I mean, after seeing me in the Financial Times and Business Insider, most people are willing to listen to what I have to say. And I won't hesitate to tell them that you're flaky, unloyal, and will probably leave the company within 2 years.
No, you can't do that. I'll never be able to find a job.
Oh, tough luck, but maybe if you had loved me better, you wouldn't have this problem. I mean, you have to see it from my angle. This is all your fault. Anyways, it was nice seeing you, and thanks for the dinner.
You little.
Epilogue.
I sent out Josh's interview tape with the live fact-checking to companies all over the country. They spread like wildfire and were used to train hiring managers. It'll be a miracle if Josh can land anything other than retail. He did try to sue me for defamation, but when my very capable lawyers and I filed a counter lawsuit against him for leaving me with our wedding bill, he was pretty quick to backtrack. He asked for a ceasefire, but I wasn't so quick to forgive. Not that I needed the money, but seeing his face when he heard the overall price tag was pretty.
Hey, Gina. Yes, Mom. Mom, aren't you sleeping yet? I'm working out. I ate too much today. The Ray is so delicious and I couldn't help myself. Oh. So that strange smell you smell when you enter the house is... Not at all. I didn't fart. It must be the smell of the musty carpet. So, what are you two doing without going to sleep? We're taking inventory of gifts and wedding favors. What's wrong? Oh, really? I just wanted to remind you that you two should go to bed early. You two have been busy with the wedding all day today. Yes, Mom. We're done. Oh. How much lucky money do you get? About $50,000, Mom. Is that so? Have you two planned what to do with that money? It's not like I talk too much. I'm just curious. We will use part of it to pay for the wedding and honeymoon expenses. We plan to save the remaining amount. Oh, honey, don't do that. Give me the money and keep it for me. Why is that? Let me keep the money for you. After all, we'll be living together in the same house. You can completely trust your family. What I mean here is that your family is me. Oh, wait. You will come to live at our house? Why haven't I heard what Michael discussed with you? Maybe Michael forgot. The past month has been busy preparing for the wedding. Anyway, you seem dissatisfied, right? Oh, no. I mean, you can come visit and stay anytime. But staying and living here with us it's so weird, Mom. Hey, young lady, what's wrong with me wanting to come live with my precious son? You mean I have to ask your permission? I spent my entire youth raising Michael, alone. You know that? It's time for me to be blessed. Don't you think so? You think I'm annoying, right? Or do you hate me? Calm down, Lauren. I was just surprised. Is that so? Yes, that's right. What about wedding money? Whenever you need it, just tell me and I'll give it back. I'm old, so don't spend money for anything. I'll just keep it for you two. Yes, that's okay then. Huh? Are you sure you want that and it's completely voluntary? I don't want to be known for bullying my daughter-in-law. No, Michael and I both agree. How lovely. Yes, so when will you come to live here? You don't have to worry about that, honey. I'll come when I want. That's it. Good night, you two. Yes. Good night, Mom. Hey. Gina. Wake up. What's wrong, Lauren? It's only 8 a.m. It's still very early. Time to get your ass up, you lazy worm. What for? To cook breakfast. Why else? Are you going to let your mother-in-law starve? On her first day living with you and your husband? Let me sleep a little more. I had to work late yesterday, Mom. Wake up. Yes, yes. I'll wake up now. Right. So good. Mom, what do you want to eat? I would like beefsteak. Beefsteak? At breakfast? Mom, you're not kidding, are you? No. But we don't have beef at home, Mom. Then go buy it. Nothing else. What attitude do you have? No, that's not what I meant. So what do you mean? Okay, let me go to the supermarket to buy beef to cook for you. Remember to buy the panzani one. And cheese too. I want to eat beefsteak with cream sauce. Can you cook that? I'm not sure. Then go to Google and find the recipe. Google doesn't charge anything. Okay. Now I think I'll go ahead and take a nap. When you're done, remember to wake me up. The beefsteak is great! Thank you! I'm surprised. You cooked beefsteak, right? Oh. Actually, I buy everything at the restaurant. Bought it at a restaurant? Why don't you cook it yourself? Oh, right. You enjoy spending my son's hard-earned money, huh? What? No. It most certainly is. You can't keep a clean house. And you can't even cook. What kind of a wife are you? How could you say something like that? Because I'm your mother-in-law. No. Mom, you can't say that to me. That's insulting. I work too, Mom. I'm not a freeloader. A woman's vocation is to take care of the family. You should have just been a stay-at-home. Look at you again! Lauren, you make me feel like I'm a bad wife. While I'm just trying to please you, but I'm not satisfied. You make me so uncomfortable. Well, I don't have time to argue with you. I have an appointment to go to the spa. I'll talk to you later. Honey, you and your husband just got paid today, right? Yes. How do you know? Mom, are you investigating us? No. Michael just transferred his salary to his mother. I didn't see you banking, so I just asked. Oh, come on. I won't hand over my salary to you. I still have to pay bills, buy food, get gas, go shopping. Mom, don't you think this is absurd? No. There is a rule in this house. That means giving me the salary to hold. I'll hold it for you two. Otherwise, you two will waste your money. I'll take care of all the bills. When you eat, go home and eat. I already bought the things. If you keep the $100 for gas, that's fine anyway. There's nothing else to worry about, right? What about when I need to attend important events? What important event? For example, friends' weddings. Then tell me to give you the money. Mom, are you sure? Absolutely. When you need it, just tell me. I'm just keeping the money for you and Michael. Yes? Okay. Right. We will not argue about this issue anymore. Yes. Whatever. Yeah. And you should stop buying random things. You buy too many clothes. For what? You don't have to seduce anyone else, do you? You're married. Please focus on caring for your family and learning to be simple. But, yes, Mom. Gina, what are you doing? I'm at work. What's wrong, Mom? Go home now. No, Mom. I still have a lot of work to do. I can't leave now. Then quit your job. I think it's time for you to focus entirely on taking care of your family. No way, Mom. I love this job. I need it too. Michael and I are still paying off the house we're living in. Michael won't be able to handle it all alone, Mom. You mean my son is useless and incompetent, so he can't take care of you, right? I didn't mean that. But both husband and wife have jobs. That means double your income, Mom. Times are different now, not like yours. Gone are the days when women could only stay at home and be housewives. Oh, so are we too outdated? You think I'm old-fashioned, right? No, but I think... Lauren, you just need someone to help her with errands. You just want me to stay home to serve you, right? Yes, so what? You're always busy with work. Always coming home late. My house is like an inn now. Oh, come on. Sometimes I know I'm late coming home from work, but doesn't you always go out all day? How long has it been since you cooked dinner, Mom? Don't talk to me like that. Let me ask Michael how he taught his wife to be so rude to her mother-in-law. Before criticizing me, why don't you look at yourself? How long have you been married? Why don't you guys have kids yet? You guys are going to protest, right? Mom, can you please stop talking about this? Now I want to talk about this. I'll skip it all for now. I only care about my son. Please answer. We've only been married for half a year, Mom. After the wedding, there are many things to take care of. We plan to pay off all our debt and then have a baby. There's no difference between paying the debt first and paying later. Mom, raising a child is not easy. You've also had children, so you understand, right? Making excuses. Back in the day, when things were difficult, I still gave birth to your husband and raised him until now. No problem. Mom says so, I agree. I'm no stranger to you brats. You're afraid to have a baby because you're afraid of being ugly, right? I said we need to pay off our debt first. I can't let my children grow up in debt. So talkative. I'm bored and don't want to talk anymore. Mom, when will you come home? What's wrong? I said I'm traveling for the rest of this week. If you have something to say, hurry up and say it. I want to ask you back for the money we sent you before, Mom. How much do you want? All of them. What? What the hell are you doing that requires so much money? My mother is sick and she needs money for surgery. So what does it have to do with me? Mom, you're holding our money. My mother and she are in-laws. How can you be so indifferent? Now you're begging to get back the money you made yourself? The money is not with me right now. Mom can't say that. Don't you think it's funny? Mom! Gina, how are things going? What is it? I told you about pregnancy. Why haven't we seen any progress yet? Children are a godsend. Is it true that if you want it, you will get it? Then it's your fault. If your body is healthy, pregnancy is easy. Me? Why do you only mention me? Can I pregnant by myself? Your son also bears part of the responsibility. That can't be possible. My son is so strong, he can't have any disease. If you say so, the cop will accept it. I have nothing more to say. Having said that, you still don't understand. Don't you hurry to the hospital to get checked. Why? You eat well, you sleep peacefully. I don't have any illnesses. Why do I have to go to the hospital? If you're not sick, why don't you go to the hospital to get checked? If I have to go to the hospital for a checkup, my husband has to go too. It's up to you. Have you guys gone to the doctor yet? What are the results? This is the result. See, yeah, I don't have any illness. So why can't you guys have kids yet? Our genes cannot combine to create a pregnancy. From the first day I saw you, I said it right. You're not compatible with my son. You don't see blessings. You only see disasters coming to your home. What are you guys going to do now? We're thinking about using a surrogate or artificial insemination. So now it's about money again? Yes. Okay. I'm on my way back from a trip right now. I'll give you the money on Tuesday. Yes, thank you, Mom. Mom, today is already Thursday. You haven't sent me money yet? When you receive the message, please reply immediately. Where are you, Mom? Why don't you answer my messages or answer my calls? What about our money? You can't treat us like that? Mom, are you okay? We're so worried about Mom. Mom, please reply so we know you're safe. If we still can't contact you in the next few days, we'll call the police. Why didn't you tell me my son was dead? You are the one who cut off contact with us first. My husband died because of you. What does that have to do with me? What nonsense are you talking about? Someone reported seeing Mom at the hospital. My husband rushed to the hospital and had an accident. It's all my fault, okay? If you would have contacted us sooner, the outcome like today wouldn't have happened. We just paid off all our debt. My husband just be at ease. He hasn't rested, not even for a day. Have you guys paid off all your debt? Yeah. Well, don't be sad. Please try to live well. Your husband worked hard to get you where you are today. So please live happily and live for your husband's share as well. I'm sorry I've been missing for a while. I will come back. I miss you so much. Shall we forget everything and live together happily? My son is gone. You are my family now. You can't be cruel enough to leave me alone, right? Even though I'm angry at you, you're my mother-in-law. As my husband, I will take care of you. As long as you are back, I will forget everything that happened before. Oh, honey, that's great. I know my son didn't choose the wrong person. Yes, welcome home, Mom. Oh, my dear. While I was here, I also collected some money, but bringing this amount of money back home is a bit difficult. What's the problem? This money is for Mom to win at cards. Recently, I crossed the border to play cards. Oh my God. Now is not the time to complain. Quickly think of a way for Mister to bring that money home. I don't want to get caught. Yes, Mom. Let me think of a way. Is that a lot of money, Mom? There's about $500 in cash. To avoid being noticed, I think you should send money in the form of shipping goods first, then come back later. I know a friend who works in the transportation sector in the border area. I'll ask him for help, but is he trustworthy? That's $500,000, not $500. Mom, rest assured. Now I will give you his phone number so you can easily contact him. Okay. Mom is home. Open the door. Why didn't you tell me if you changed your password? A strange man opened the door and said he had just bought our house. What is it? Where did you go? Pick up the phone, bitch. Goodbye, mother-in-law. From now on, you and I will have nothing more to say. You think we can live together after the terrible things you did to me? Just breathing the same air as you make me want to stop breathing. I hate you. I don't want to see you even for a moment. What about my money? Where's my money? Think of it as returning the money you took from us. That's money you earned illegally. I'm just taking from heaven and giving back to earth. I didn't call the police as a favor to you. From now on, you and I have nothing more to say. Be kind for your son's honor.